have more impact and profit as a therapist through positive psychology. The mental health industry is modeled after the medical industry, which is not a healthcare system. It's a sick care system. Here are 5 ways that positive psychology and focusing on the positive end of the spectrum can bring you both more impact and profit as a therapist. The first way that positive psychology can have more impact is that it is less stigmatizing to clients. I think it's really unfortunate that psychotherapy sounds a little like therapy for psychos. So unfortunate, because the principles that we have mastered as therapists can be really beneficial to our clients, whether or not they have a severe diagnosis. Would you agree with that? What has your clinical experience taught you about this? I remember early in my career as a professional psychologist using my sweet skill set and everything that I had learned to get to that point to help my clients progress. And as they progressed and got better, they got to a point where they were no longer sick, meaning they didn't even qualify for the original diagnosis that they came in with. And that's when the insurance companies would pull the plug and say, "You're done." Well, I knew that there was more. I knew that there was more that my clients could experience and gain and continue to progress, but it doesn't fit in a sick care system. In a sick care system, the goal is to get you better and get you out of bed. It's not to move you clear into the area where you're thriving and prospering. We just want to eliminate the diagnosis. Positive psychology can become less stigmatizing to clients because it doesn't imply that we need a diagnosis or an illness to actually work together. The second thing that makes positive psychology more impactful is that it opens up the possibility to different tools or models that you can use with your clients. I have found since shifting over to positive psychology that it becomes a lot more educational and less therapeutic. What I mean by that is there are principles that determine all of life's outcomes. When you understand the principle, you can operate your life in a way that you have better outcomes. So a quick example, one that everybody's familiar with, gravity. Is gravity on? Just do a quick check and see if it's on where you are. That's kind of ridiculous, right? Of course gravity's on. It's on every day, and that's the only reason you'd even put on shoes to start with. So notice that gravity is one of these natural laws or principles. Understanding that principle helps you to operate your life in such a way that you don't go walking off of cliffs or falling down stairs. This is good knowledge to have, right? Models of positive psychology, like this one, for example, give us a way to help our clients understand how to operate the equipment of their own mind. Now, you might be wondering what this is. Don't worry, I'll give you a copy of this one with a quick description. This is a model that I developed around positivity. Take a moment to go to the URL on the screen, drpauljenkins.com/themodel, and I will put a PDF copy of this so that you can see what it is that I'm talking about with a quick description. It's exciting as a therapist, as a mental health professional, to see the lights go on for our clients when they wrap their head around principles or models like the one that I just shared with you that can help them create new possibilities in their own lives. The third way that positive psychology can help us to have more impact and profit as therapists is that it expands our scope of practice to include private pay options for coaching. Coaching and therapy are very different, and you can find other videos here on the channel that talk about that distinction. When I first learned that I could charge a client directly private pay without going through their insurance company for services that did not require a diagnosis, it opened my mind to a whole new world of possibility. And this takes a little bit of finesse and savvy as a clinician to be able to distinguish the difference between those services, but it might be a really nice way for you to expand your practice as well. Here's a fourth observation for you. Positive psychology actually becomes more scalable through offerings like classes and courses and group coaching opportunities. When I was in my traditional psychotherapy practice, it was hour to hour. Billable hours is what I got paid for. And so I tried to fill my day with clients from morning until evening. And that is not very scalable because it's limited to the number of hours I can physically work during the day. Since shifting over to positive psychology models, and adding that psychoeducational piece around models, it has expanded my ability to serve people in ways that increase the impact and the profit. Now, there's one more that I wanted to share with you, and it's probably one of the most important ones. Let me preface it by saying this. Managing our energy as helping professionals is probably the best thing that we can do to serve our clients. Having been in the mental health industry now for 30 years, and about half of that has been in traditional psychotherapy. The other half has been in positive psychology and coaching models that I do currently. I've noticed that there's a lot of burnout in the therapy industry. And I think it's for a lot of reasons that I've shared with you here today. The energy that we can feel through positive psychology models tends to be a really good draw for people who want to consider expanding their practice into positive psychology. I've found that positive psychology tends to be very energizing for clinicians. It turns on their brain and helps to bring their energy levels up, which helps them to serve their clients better, even if they are still practicing traditional therapy, as well as having some positive psychology aspects to their practice. I see this increasing satisfaction and levels of sustainability. I know for myself, it became such an energizing factor that instead of burnout, I started to experience excitement about going to work, about the ways that I can help people. I know for me, switching over to positive psychology and adding that coaching element to my practice helped me to experience more joy and satisfaction in my work. It's not hard for me to sustain that because of the energy that I feel as I see the lights go on for my clients and as I experience some of the benefits that I've shared with you here on this video today. Does this get you excited about the possibilities? Remember, I shared a model with you earlier. I invite you to go get a copy of this because this is the operating instructions for the equipment of our own mind. This is important for our clients, but it's also important for us as clinicians. Go grab it, drpauljenkins.com/themodel, and then stay tuned. We've got more videos coming your way that will help you to be a more positive clinician.